Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to Creative Grandma's Kitchen. Today I'm making my mom's favorite blueberry muffins. So I'm adding streusel on top to give it that nice crumbly, crunchy little bit of sweetness. So let me show you everything you need to make this super quick, easy blueberry streusel muffin. So let's go over the ingredients you need for your topping for these muffins. You're going to need 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of soft butter, 1/3 cup of flour, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And don't worry, the recipe is at the end of this video. For the muffins, you're going to need 1/4 cup of butter, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of milk, and 2 cups of blueberries. Now I bought a pint of blueberries and I'm a little bit short, but I'm going to use them. They're giant blueberries. So if you're buying the blueberries, you might want to buy 2 pints just so you get that full 2 cups. So we're going to start with our topping. I'm just going to add my 1/4 cup of soft butter, my 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of flour, and then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just going to mix this up until it becomes crumbly. We just want to make our crumbled top for on top of those muffins. I just use a fork. You can use a pastry cutter, you can use your fingers, you can use whatever you want to get this mixed up. So my crumbles are made. Now I think I have to change my recipe because it called for soft butter. And it's 90 degrees and very humid here today, and it just wasn't crumbling. So I ended up putting this in the freezer for a few minutes to get that butter to stiffen up and to make that more crumbly. So I would suggest to use solid butter right out of the refrigerator, nice cold butter, and then blend that in with the cold butter. So now we're going to use 2 different bowls for the muffin mix. We're going to start with our dry ingredients, and we're going to add our flour. That's 2 cups of flour. We're going to add 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we're just going to whisk all those dry ingredients together. And now we're going to grab a smaller bowl and we're going to mix up our wet ingredients. We're going to start and add our 1 egg, 1/2 cup of milk, our 1/4 cup of melted butter, and then we're just going to blend that together. Now we're going to take our liquid mixture and we're going to add it to our flour mixture. And you only want to mix this up until it's blended. Try not to overbeat it. Now I'm going to gently fold in my blueberries. And you just want to really gently incorporate them into your batter. So now I'm going to grab my muffin tin, and what you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 375. So go ahead and preheat your oven now at 375, and then you want to prepare your muffin cups. Now you can use the baking spray that has the flour and just spray your cups, but I like to use cupcake papers. So I'm just going to fill the muffin tin with my cupcake papers. So I have my muffin tin prepared. Now you can either use a baking spray with flour and just coat the inside of the muffin tin, but I prefer to use the cupcake papers. And now I'm going to fill them about 3/4 of the way full. These blueberries are monsters. They are really huge blueberries. So now, since I have all my batter in the cupcake papers, I'm just going to sprinkle a generous amount of that crumble on top to give it that really good sweetness on top. And if it has big clumps, then just use your fingers and just, you know, rub them together and make them a little bit smaller and crumbly. So now my crumbles are all used up. I have them all topped, and we're going to put them in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out of the center clean, and they should rise and be nice and golden brown. So my muffins have been cooking about 22 minutes. They look done. So let me grab them out of the oven. Look at those delicious blueberry muffins. So they are definitely hot. And when you press the top, you can tell that they're done because they don't sink in. They're nice and firm on top. So I'm gonna let them cool, and then I'll be back. So our muffins are done. Look at that beautiful golden brown streusel, those giant blueberries coming through. These are so delicious, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the cooking fun here at Creative Grandma's Kitchen. Stay inspired and happy cooking, everyone.